Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I do have a sugar skull makeup tutorial for you guys, so let's just jump right into that. So we're going to start off by taking any sort of primer that you may have, and we're just going to prime our entire face to prepare it for any of the heavy makeup that we're going to be applying. So of course, typical Ashley, I forgot to prime my eyelids before I started applying my NYX Eye Pencil to my face. So you're going to take any sort of eyeshadow primer that you may have, and you're just going to apply that over your entire eyelid, a little bit underneath and going up to your brow bone. Applying an eyeshadow primer is going to help the pigment and the color that we put on our eyelids appear a lot brighter. It's also going to help prevent creasing, and it will also make it much easier to remove later on when you're taking off your makeup. So now I'm just going in with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk, and we're just going to start almost coloring in our entire face with this because it's just like a white base color, and we need that white color to get the skeleton kind of look. And this one is very smooth on your skin, and it makes all the other shadows and colors that you're going to be applying later easier to blend. That's why I like using this NYX pencil over like a face paint or a face cream. I just think this one looks a lot more natural. It gives you that nice white look without being overdone, and it's easier to work with. So I decided to apply the pencil to half of my face at a time. This way I could blend it out and it would look more flawless before I apply my whole face, and it kind of dries and settles. So I did apply half of my face. I applied the NYX pencil to half of my face. And now I'm just taking a Pro foundation brush from Sephora, I believe, and I'm just blending that all out to get rid of the streaks and the strokes and the lines so it doesn't look like you've colored your face in, and it just looks natural. So next I'm going to be taking that same NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I'm just going to be applying that all over my lips just to cancel out any pigmentation in my pink lip color. This way it'll look more skeleton-like and more just white. Also, I guess I decided to touch up a few spots, so I'm just going over a few spots that I think needed more pigmentation and more of that white color with my NYX Jumbo Pencil. So now I'm just going to be taking my foundation brush, and I'm just going to be blending out all of the white crayon that I did just apply, just so everything blends together nice and evenly. So blending is going to be really important in a look like this because we're going to be applying more colors on top of this white base. So we want to make sure that everything is blended in really well underneath so the rest of the colors can just blend over really easily. So next I'm just going to be taking a white finishing powder. I'm using my finishing powder by Makeup Forever, and this is just to set everything in place and make sure nothing moves when we go to apply the rest of our makeup on top. You could also use a white eyeshadow to set everything. So now I'm just going to be taking a small liner brush, and I'm going to be picking up that pink color from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm just going to be outlining where I'm going to apply all of my pink eyeshadow just to make the eye socket or the circle for the eye of the skeleton. So here I'm just spraying a flat shader brush with some of my Urban Decay makeup setting spray just to make sure that the pink eyeshadow is really deep and pigmented, and then I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the entire circle that I just outlined. So you have to be really careful once you get to this part and you're applying the eyeshadow. You want to make sure that you're not getting any of that eyeshadow out of the line that you drew. You have to be really careful to stay in the lines. So now I'm just going to be doing the same thing to my other eye. I'm just going to be taking a small liner brush, and I'm just going to be outlining the eye socket where I'm going to be applying the pink eyeshadow afterward. And don't mind me sneezing, I actually did have a cold when I filmed this video, so I apologize. You're going to hear me sniffling for like ever though, and I sneezed. So yeah, right here I'm just finishing filling in my circle and outlining my circle. So now I'm going to be taking a flat shader brush again, and I'm going to be spraying that with a little bit of my Urban Decay makeup setting spray. Once again, this will just help the pigment be much more bright and last a lot longer. So I'm just going to spray it, and then I'm going to pick up some of that pink color from my Urban Decay Electric palette. And I'm just going to start by filling in the circle that we just outlined with this pink color. Here I'm just darkening up the pink color, and I'm also going over any bare spots or Next, I'm going to be taking that silver shade from my Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm going to be taking it on a smaller eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to begin to place dots all around the outer edge of my eye socket. Here, I'm just continuing to place dots on the outer edge of my eye socket. Just remember that when you get closer to the bridge of your nose and your eyebrow, you're going to want to make the dots a little bit smaller and then make them larger as you're going around the outer edge. I'm just picking up some more of that silver shade here, and then I'm just going to continue to do the same thing and place dots all around the outer edge of my eye socket on my other eye. So this will be the point where you want to start making your dots a little bit smaller when you're going down the bridge of your nose. Now I'm just going to be picking up my purple shade from my Urban Decay Electric palette also, and I'm going to be taking that and I'm going to be placing some purple dots in between the silver dots that we've already made. Placing these purple dots in between will just give us more of a unique look to our eye, and it will also break up the same pattern of the silver, so it'll look really cool with the pink and the purple and the silver put together, rather than just the pink and the silver. Now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing to my other eye. I'm just going to begin by applying purple dots in between the silver dots that we've already applied. Now I'm going to be taking some liquid eyeliner. Any liquid eyeliner will do. I'm actually using Dollar Tree liquid eyeliner here. As long as it is liquid, and you have to make sure that the eyeliner is black. And we're just going to begin to outline the circles that we put along the outer corner of the eye. This will give the look much more dimension, and it'll just kind of darken everything up, but also brighten up the inner colors. You want to be careful not to make any mistakes here because this can get very messy easily. As you can tell, I made a few mistakes and I tried cleaning it up with my finger really quick before the eyeliner dried, but it is a pain in the butt to get off, especially because we have that white base on. So just try your hardest to take your time and go slow and just outline these circles very well. So as you can tell, having the dots outlined does make a big difference. I mean, just comparing the eye that I've finished or almost finished compared to the other eye, it does brighten everything up and make everything look a little more darker and everything look more sugar skull-like. Now we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side, of course. So we're just going to start by outlining all those dots that we've drawn around our eye socket. You also want to be careful and watch out for where you rest and lie your hand when you're doing this, because you want to make sure you're not smudging any of the liquid eyeliner that you've already applied around the bottom dots while you're doing the top or the sides. Now we're going to be taking our Maybelline the Nudes palette, and we're going to be taking that black shadow, and we're just going to use a small liner brush, and we're going to begin to trace out a spider web on our forehead. And now I'm just taking that same black liquid eyeliner that we used to outline the circles around our eyes, and I'm just going to apply that over where I applied the shadow for our spider web, just to kind of darken things up and make sure the spider web is more noticeable. Once again, this can get kind of messy easily, so you want to be careful and you want to make sure that you're keeping the lines very thin in your spider web. And you also want to make sure when you're doing the little curves in between the webbed lines that you're not taking out the curve, because you can very easily make that mistake and give it a straight line, but then it will look less like a spider web. So here we're just going to be going in and making the little curves between the webbed lines that we've already drawn. A tip for when you're making your spider web is that you could do one half of the spider web at a time. This way it'll look more symmetrical, because if you're doing the whole thing at once, you can kind of lose track of what exactly you're doing. But when you do half at a time, it's easier to stop and look at it and make the other half look almost identical. So now we're moving on to the mouth, and I'm just going to start by taking my liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to draw an extended black line from the corner of each side of my mouth. So now we're going to be taking our liquid eyeliner, and we're going to draw vertical lines all the way across our mouth, and we're going to begin on the black lines that we already drew, and this is just to give the impression that we have teeth and bone over there. So of course that squealing noise was me talking. It's just really sped up, so don't mind me talking at all. So now we're going to be taking our liquid eyeliner, and we're going to be applying that on the inner part of both our bottom and top lips, kind of in the center, just to give it that hollow look, or like there's emptiness and no bone right there. Now I'm just taking my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk once again, and I'm just applying that in between the black lines, just to make it a little bit more whiter and make it look more like teeth or bone. Right here, I'm just taking some of my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eyeliner, and I'm just applying that to my bottom waterline just to darken everything up and make my eyes pop more. And then I'm just finishing everything up with a few coats of mascara. I almost forgot about the nose. You can't be a sugar skull without a sugar skull nose. So I'm just going to be taking my black gel liner by Maybelline here, and I'm going to be drawing basically two triangles, one on each side, and just leaving the center empty. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the two triangles. So that does sum up my sugar skull makeup tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it or found it helpful in any way, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video.